totally transformed all-new focus.
Finally, at long last the ban list has been implemented, and I can put out a video on a deck I've been planning to make since the rank 6 Xyz monsters were released weeks ago. The deck I'm talking about is of course Thunder Dragon. Now the reason I decided to wait for the new ban list is because Thunder Dragondark was being released from its chains, allowing you to play the card as much as you want. Sadly though, on the exact same ban list, both Gold Sark and Charge were moved to the limited to 2 pool, meaning the difference between the pre-nerf decklist and the post-nerf decklist is literally one singular card. But that's besides the point, because now I can put post-nerf in the title and act like what I'm talking about is currently relevant. So here's the deck list. Now there are a ton of cool things I find about this deck that make it quite unique from the other decks in the meta right now. Firstly, it basically runs no spell or trap cards. This is because the deck doesn't really need any back row removal, as Levianeer is plenty, and even if you are disrupted, you generally have multiple special summons anyway, so one floodgate trap hole isn't the end of the world. And as for your own disruption, it comes in the form of monster effects, so trap cards are not necessary. Secondly, this deck is probably the best deck for making use of Xyz summoning right now, as I focus on using the 2 strongest generic Xyz monsters we received, Force Focus and Sword Breaker. And unlike a lot of the other decks that can make use of them, like Six Samurai, this deck really feels like they are the huge focus of the game plan, rather than just something you have there as an option. And the third thing about this deck list specifically is the latest tech people have been playing, the basic Thunder Dragon. Its effect allows you to discard it to add up to 2 copies of itself from deck to hand. So basically, this card has 2 main uses. First of all, you can discard it to add a single copy of itself to hand, then repeat the process, and instantly have 2 light monsters in the grave, which is perfect for trying to special summon Levianeer or even Dragonduo. Secondly, you can discard it to add up to 2 copies of itself to hand, to essentially gain an extra card when you use the banish effect of Dragonhawk, to shuffle cards from hand back into the deck to draw the same amount of cards. Now as it's been a while since a few of you might have seen Thunder Dragons, I'll give you a brief rundown on the list. The deck has 3 other Thunder Dragon monsters excluding Duo, all with an effect that activates when discarded from hand and an effect when sent to grave from field, or banished, but you can only activate one of the 2 effects on each card per turn. Hawk when discarded can special summon a Thunder Dragon that is banished or in the grave. If it is banished or sent from field to grave, you can shuffle cards from your hand back into the deck and draw the same amount. Dark can be discarded as a quick effect, to add another Dark to hand. If banished, you can search for a Thunder Dragon card. Roar can be discarded to add 1 Thunder Dragon from grave or banished back to hand, and if it is banished or sent from field to grave, you may special summon a Thunder Dragon monster from deck in defense position, but is returned to hand during the end phase. Then we have Duo. This card can be special summoned by banishing 1 light and 1 dark from grave. Once per turn, if a monster effect is activated in hand, this card gains 300 attack until the end of the turn. When it destroys an opponent's monster, you can banish 1 card from grave to search a Thunder Dragon from deck. During your opponent's end phase, you can target one of your banished cards and place it on the top or bottom of the deck. The rest of the deck are supporting cards. You have the 2 level 1 tuner monsters Bulb and Jet, which can both special summon themselves from grave, which make for amazing synergy with Thunder, as you generally don't need your normal summon, and this lets you synchro twice a turn. Lupine is the absolute best starter in the deck, as it can banish a card in hand and one of the same type from deck, making for potentially 2 instant Thunder Dragon monster effects. Also, when destroying a battle, you can add 1 of your banished monsters to hand. Gold Sark can instantly banish a card from deck, and during the second standby phase after it is used, you can add that card to hand. Melody can be used to discard a card to add both of your Levianeers to hand, and of course Levianeer, which can banish any combination of 3 light or 3 dark monsters from grave to activate one of the effects based on the attributes banished, and of course special summon itself, but it cannot attack if it does so. All light, special summon a monster from grave. All dark, shuffle 1 card from your opponent's hand back into the deck. And both light and dark will destroy up to 2 cards on the field. As for the extra, all the Synchron monsters are extremely popular generics you would have seen in just about every Synchro deck, so I won't be going through them here, as you would have seen them all before. But I will go over the 2 new rank 6 Xyz monsters. Force Focus once per turn during either turn can attach a material to target 1 level 5 or higher monster and negate it until the end of the turn. Sword Breaker once per turn can attach 1 material to declare 1 type. If this card battles a monster of that type, at the start of the damage step, destroy that monster. Alright guys, that's it for the toying part of the video. The rest of the video will be gameplay showcasing the list in action. If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like, as well as subscribing to the channel for more content from me. Also, feel free to check out my Discord, Patreon and Twitch in the links down below. And if you happen to have $1 lying around and wish to support me, feel free to click that join button down below to support me directly, as well as gain access to a few little neat perks. Enjoy the gameplay!
Duel! 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 Duel!
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.